Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a heated controversy sparked by a recent article in the New York Times. So here's the scoop. Travis Kelce, the NFL star, recently debuted a new haircut, a fade, and guess what? The New York Times dubbed him the inventor of the fade in their article. You might be thinking, what's the big deal? Well, here's where it gets interesting. The black community, especially our brothers, are not having it. They are calling out the New York Times saying that Travis didn't invent the fade. In fact, it's been around in the black community for as long as anyone can remember. In today's video, we'll be diving into the reactions that this incident has sparked, from social media uproar to passionate discussions about cultural appropriation. There's a lot to unpack here. Stick around after the videos because we'll be offering a breakdown of the key takeaways from the reactions. It is crucial to understand the nuances of the situation and why it matters to so many people. So grab a seat because this is a conversation you won't want to miss.
It's absolutely ridiculous, and to do it on February 1st, to throw me to the wolves like that was messed up, man. I don't want anything to do with that one, man. I got a good fade if you need it though. It's a 2 on top, a nice high to mid fade with a taper in the back. But I didn't invent that. I just asked for it.
Now, my personal belief is that they're definitely trolling because y'all know good and goddamn well that this man did not create a fade. Like, seriously, let's be all the way for real. And if y'all are struggling for subscriptions due to the slowing economy, just say that because this ain't it. Furthermore, this man been playing football and he's been having this same hairstyle. Did y'all just now only realize that he had a fade now that he's dating Taylor Swift? Did that make it noticeable and acceptable? It's literally only day 2 of Black History Month. Stop playing, please. Just move.
So people on social media are wondering if Travis Kelce gentrified the fade haircut. Now, when I saw this, I honestly couldn't believe that Travis Kelce was getting credit for the haircut, but I looked it up on Google and it's true. There are literally articles about barbershops being flooded with people asking for the Travis Kelce haircut, thinking it'll help them get a new girlfriend. Now, obviously, Travis Kelce is not the first man to get a fade. However, I think there is a miscommunication here. He's not getting credit for the first person to get a fade, but he's getting credit for making it popular within his community. This comes just after last week where Taylor Swift and other Chiefs supporters were getting criticized for swag surfing, although I think it was the same situation where they're just popularizing it within their community. I think we all know that Travis Kelce wasn't the first man to get the fade, and Taylor Swift certainly did not make swag surfing, but they're definitely making it popular within the white community. So in their community, they're getting credit for being the first ones to do it over there, I guess. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Do you think that Travis Kelce should come out and say, look, man, don't credit me with the fade and making it popular? And Taylor Swift should come out and say, look, man, I didn't create swag surfing and credit the creators? Or do y'all think that it's just the media doing its job? Y'all let me know what y'all think.
I personally find it interesting how when black women like myself set off the alarm to problematic behavior, we get gaslit, things get swept under the rug, and we get ignored up until it happens to them. And he did. When you Google this haircut, when you Google this fade, this white man pops up. And it's interesting to me because regardless if you guys want to acknowledge it and or admit it, I see a bunch of angry videos and comments from some of my brothers who look so good in this fade, who have been wearing this fade or getting this fade for decades, upset. But when we talk about braids, oh my God, we doing too much. Do you guys get it? Do you get it? I mean, a haircut that you guys popularized is now being credited to a man. I mean, because we go through that every day as black women, and especially with hairstyles that we get discriminated against for the most. But, you know, we be doing too much. You know, so shout out to Travis. Child, I'm sorry. Ooh, what's next? Happy Black History Month.
The Travis Kelce cut situation just confirms my forever point that no one ever takes heed to the warnings that come from black women. Y'all think we're jokes. Y'all think we are jokes, although we are the ones that are always hit first. So we're always the ones sounding the alarm, but no one listens. And then when the things that happen to us happen to you, oh, no one warned us. Oh my God, how could this happen? we have been telling you for nearly over a decade about the situation within our community of having our things, our cultural fashion style, dialect, everything under that umbrella appropriated and taken, remixed and rebranded and thrown into society and saying, hey, look at what we created, knowing damn well it came from us. Is it not clicking? We have been talking about this for over a decade now. How? And then the crazy thing is, when we talk about it, we're gaslit and we're told that we're being dramatic. We have been dealing with the boxer braids and the Bo Derek braids and the lip filler claiming, like, forever now. Forever. So, yes, the tables have turned, but the gag is, we're not going to gaslight you. Like, it quite literally pisses me off. The fact that nobody fact-checked this, it's insane. So an apology is owed, for one. Two, why do you have to go through something in order to feel empathy for a group that has been going through the same exact thing forever? This is not to say that black men, their, things within black male space has not been appropriated. Not to say that, but on the scale in which black women are always having things taken from us, a lot of y'all had nothing to say. If you did have something to say, it was not in defense of us. Now you got a white man representing your fade. Can't even call it a Boosie fade no more. It's a Travis Kelce cut. And I hate that for us. I do.
Travis Kelce said, not on his watch. Travis! For y'all that don't know, many outlets reported that what this hairstyle right here is called is the Kelce fade. The issue is that people in my community have been rocking it for damn near 100 years. And in fact, I feel like you probably be able to go to like ancient parts of like Western Africa and they was rocking the fade for sure. The issue is he smoothly acknowledged too. On the 1st of February, you tried to culturally misappropriate a hairstyle that he just likes and gets, but not one that he created. The month of February started off as a history week of February that ended up becoming a month because of the erasure that happens when it comes to our contributions to history, not only within America, but throughout the world. And somehow when it comes to hair, the same exact styles that get us people looked at as being unprofessional or not made for a particular space, it makes some people look cool and cross-cultural. Education is elevation.
This starting off as probably the most disrespectful Black History Month start we ever had. Y'all, they are saying Travis Kelce invented this haircut. Wait till I show y'all this haircut. Y'all, that's just a fade. And just in case y'all thought I was playing, mainstream media, they are calling this the Travis Kelce haircut. What you mean he invented it? They will take everything, y'all. Look, we got every haircut on rap, and this is the same barber sheet from when I was a kid. These people in this picture is like probably 120 years old right now. Or no, probably about 100 years old. I don't like it. Now, if I'm tripping, let me know in the comments. Black people invented that cut.
I know they're not serious. This fade is called the what now? As though black men haven't been doing this cut for decades, centuries? You know what? During Black History Month, the media is trying to rebrand this as the Travis Kelce cut?
So the New York Times is facing some backlash for an article that they had just put out. That article referring to this haircut as the Travis Kelce instead of the fade.
Giving Trav, and that's my nephew, you gonna give him credit for the fade.
We've been seeing the fade for years, huh?
Ocho, I've been getting the fade since 86.
Come on, man.
Who wrote that?
Bro, I tried to figure out what black barbershop you go in and say, let me get a Travis Kelce. They're gonna look at you like, what? A who?
Because that is the same sentiment that I had. A what? Or a who? Somebody else in the comments said, that's the most unseasoned I've ever seen. Literally the most seasoned I've ever seen. Now that's no hate, because he's getting a good fade. Now I don't know who his barber is, but this ain't it. Now, in that New York Times article, the main reason why they dubbed it the Travis Kelce instead of the fade is because it says that TikTok video by somebody by the name of Jeff Dugas, I think that's how you pronounce his name, saying that his brother came into the barber shop with a photo of Travis Kelce for reference, and it cites a different TikTok video from the barber, Nigel Miller, stating that his client was going for that Travis Kelce look. A fade. Now, it goes on to say that the article doesn't even go into the history of the fade, but if it had, it would have noted that the haircut had originated in the 1930s, which was a common look in the U.S. military's campaign in the 1940s during World War II. But this ain't nothing new because we're so used to seeing people taking our culture and appropriating it. And then a lot of people actually went into his history because apparently he was dating some girl by the name of Kayla Nicole, a black woman who they said that had upgraded his style. And then there are some people who's like putting down what he used to look like to what he looks like now. And again, there's nothing wrong. This is a good haircut. He's got a good barber and that's a good fade. But call it what it is. And not in this month. Because if we don't put a stop to people like Travis Kelce or editors at the New York Times for trying to coach a fade, next, it'll be the Jerry curl.
They're trying to say that Travis Kelce popularized the fade. What? This is all because of the New York Times article. Not gonna lie, I dare you. I triple dog dare you. Go to Sports Clips. What's the other one called? And ask them for a blurry fade. You're gonna get cruised. You're gonna get chopped. Ask them for a mid fade. Ask them for a drop fade. They don't even know what that is. I remember like 3 weeks ago when we said, imagine if Ninja had a low taper fade. He didn't even get a low taper fade. He got a low fade. Let's say you go to a white barber, right? The only way a white barber is gonna give you a crispy, blurry fade is if they're like if they're culturally aware, if you know what I'm saying. Crediting Travis Kelce for the fade is so crazy because black people been getting fades for the longest time. If you see a white dude with the Travis Kelce, that's how you know he's around black people or he's dating a black girl. Most white dudes got the flow or they got the little comb over or whatever, the little messy look. They don't normally get this. That's a black thing. I could understand if they coined this look. If you're a white dude with like a drop fade or a mid fade and you got it low, that's the Travis Kelce. I get it. But just saying fades in general, get the out of here, bro. And the week before, Taylor Swift gentrified the swag surf. What more do y'all want? If I go get my hair cut, the only person I trust to cut my hair is a black person because they got the fade down pat because they've been doing it from the jump. Who's hiring these people to write these articles? Fire whoever that was. They need to go. And when you get your hair cut, if you do, what do you normally ask for? Let me know in the comments.
Now, because your man Travis Kelce went on national TV to look at the New York Times and be like, No, don't you put that evil on me, Ricky. Man said, do you know the racial makeup of an NFL team? Do you see who I associate with? You can't be out here attributing fades to me during Black History Month and thinking I'm not about to catch heat. Is that the problem with your people? And it's like, I might be dating the whitest woman in the world, but I do not play hockey or golf. You don't play with me like that, okay? I just know they was clowning that boy when that came out too. Cause athletes sometimes can be so funny. Like, I feel like I just know somebody like edited one of those like barbershop posters to include Travis Kelce and his fade. Travis Kelce is not a man. He's absolutely zero smoke. Said I don't want that kind of energy from me.
You know, it's funny how trends come and go, and sometimes they take a life of their own. Take Kevin Hart for example. We've been seeing him rocking the bald look for years now, and nobody's out here writing articles calling him the inventor of the bald fade, right? I mean, the guy looks sharp, especially when he's cracking jokes on the big screen. But then, enter Travis Kelce. Suddenly, the New York Times is singing praises, calling him the inventor of the fade, because he decided to switch up hairstyles. And you know what? Travis himself is like, hold up, I didn't claim to invent anything. And he's got a point. It's not like he woke up one day and said, hey, I'm gonna invent a haircut. Nah, he was probably scrolling through Instagram, saw the fade trending, and thought, that looks fresh. Let me give it a shot. And that's the thing about trends, isn't it? We see something cool, we want to try it out for ourselves. It's like jumping on the bandwagon, seeing if we can pull off the latest look or style. And here's the kicker, calling Travis the inventor of the fade. That's like saying he discovered fire or invented the wheel. The fade has been a staple look in the black community for generations, long before Travis stepped onto the scene. So sure, Travis might be popularizing the fade among a different audience, but let's not get it twisted. He didn't invent it, and honestly, we shouldn't blame him for trying out a new hairstyle. After all, who doesn't love a fresh haircut? Let's shift the spotlight to our sisters in the community who haven't stayed silent on this matter. They have been voicing their concerns for a while now, especially when it comes to the appropriation of their hairstyles by palm color women. You see, our sisters have been rocking braids, twists, and other traditional hairstyles for centuries, but when palm color women started sporting the same looks, it sparked outrage. Our sisters were told to just get used to it, and that it's just a hairstyle. But for them, it was more than that. It was about cultural identity and the erasure of their heritage. And now, here we are, with the same thing happening to our brothers in the community. Travis Kelce gets a fade, and suddenly he's hailed as the inventor by the New York Times. It's like a slap in the face to our sisters who've been fighting this battle for a long time. Now, our sisters are saying, see, we told you so. They are calling out the double standard and demanding recognition for their cultural contributions. It's almost as if they're saying to our brothers, now you know how it feels, just get used to it. It's a powerful moment of solidarity within the community, highlighting the shared struggles and experiences faced by both our brothers and sisters. And it's a reminder that we need to stand together and uplift each other in the fight against cultural appropriation. Now, let's turn our attention to the New York Times. You know what I think? I can just picture the scene. A group of people sitting around a conference table, brainstorming ideas on how to make headlines. What can trend right now? They ask themselves. We need something big, something buzzworthy. And then someone pitches the idea. How about we claim that Travis Kelce invented the fade? People will go wild. And you know what? It worked. People did go wild. But here's the thing. I'm not buying it. I find it hard to believe that a reputable firm like the New York Times would just casually declare that someone invented a hairstyle without knowing the cultural significance behind it. It feels deliberate, almost like they were just stirring the pot for clicks and controversy. And let's be real here, the fade has been popular among palm color people precisely because they weren't getting it. But now that Travis Kelce, a palm color NFL star, decides to try it out, suddenly it's front page news. It's like they're giving him attention for doing something that black men have been doing for years. So should our brothers overreact to this? Maybe not. After all, Travis Kelce is just a guy trying out a new haircut. But it's important to acknowledge the underlying issues here. The erasure of black culture, the double standards, and the blatant disregard for our community's contributions. Now, let's delve into an interesting observation, the connection between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, both of whom are no strangers to controversy. It's quite ironic, isn't it? On one hand, we have Travis Kelce, the NFL star who recently found himself at the center of a media firestorm over the New York Times claim that he invented the fade haircut. And on the other hand, we have Taylor Swift, the pop star sensation who's been involved in numerous controversies throughout her career. But what's even more intriguing is the connection between the two. Talk about birds of a feather flocking together, right? It's almost like controversy follows them wherever they go. Whether it's Taylor Swift's infamous feuds with other celebrities or Travis Kelce's recent haircut debacle, both individuals seem to have a knack for making headlines, for better or for worse. But what does this say about our society's obsession with controversy? Are we drawn to drama and conflict like moths to a flame? Or is it simply a byproduct of our interconnected digital age, where every move is scrutinized and dissected by the public? Regardless of the reasons, one thing's for sure. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are no strangers to the spotlight, and it seems like controversy is just part of the course in their world. It's fascinating how our personal experiences can sometimes mirror larger cultural trends. Take for example, the story of getting a haircut in the 8th grade. I remember being the first in our class to try out a new hairdo that everyone was hesitant to get because they were afraid of the teacher's reactions. But after taking the plunge and getting the haircut, it wasn't long before others followed suit. At first, I couldn't help but feel a twinge of disappointment. I had wanted to stand out, to be the only one rocking that particular style. But as time passed, I began to realize something important. People want to embrace what they admire. Influencing others, whether intentionally or not, is a powerful thing. It's a testament to our individuality and our impact on the culture around us. So instead of feeling disheartened, I learned to take pride in the fact that I had influenced a change, however small it may have seemed. And I think that's a valuable lesson for our brothers to take away from the situation. Yes, it can be frustrating to see something you love become mainstream, but it's also a reminder of your influence and significance within the community. So let's embrace our role as trendsetters and cultural influencers, and let's take pride in knowing that our actions can shape the world around us in meaningful ways. As we wrap up today's discussion, let's remember this: when you are a leader, people will always follow in your footsteps. In Africa, we have a saying, water follows the stream. It's a reminder that you can't have water flowing without a path that resembles a stream. And the same principle applies here. To my brothers out there, remember that you are leaders in the entertainment industry. You are the innovators, the trendsetters, and the ones that shape culture. So let's embrace that role with pride and continue to pave the way for others to follow. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. Your support means the world to us. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you in the next one.